All right, everybody. Today I'm going to teach you how to not have stinky gis in judo and jujitsu. I'm going to give you my 3-step process that will guarantee you will have great smelling training gear that you will get complimented on. So my 3-step process starts with this. This is something used for pet smells, like you get your cat pee on the rug. Sometimes soap is not enough to get it out. You need something stronger. You need something that's going to attack the various enzymes and bacteria that are in there. It's the same thing with our stinky gis. Bacteria lives in these things. That's why sometimes even after we wash it, it will still stink. Or it'll smell good right out of the wash, but as soon as we start to get hot and sweaty, it will start to stink again. All right, so I start by spraying liberally the biggest problem areas. So areas like the pits, you get it really good and soaked. You do that to both pits. Then you give the whole thing a good coating, a good soaking. Get it inside and out, front and back. I do this to all my training gear. It works on rash guards too, but every bit of it I do this with. Then you gotta let it sit at least 30 minutes before you move on to step 2. All right, it's been 30 minutes, so it is time to wash. Now there's a couple things I use here and a couple things I don't use, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the first thing I use is just a normal laundry soap. You can use whatever you want. My wife buys this stuff. I don't know if it's organic or what, but she likes it. It does not have a really strong scent. And that is actually something you want in a situation like this. You are going to be tempted to cover up the stink with really strong scents. You're going to be tempted to douse it in things like this. But all that's going to do is hide the stink. And in fact, some of those really strong scented softeners can actually bind to the bacteria and keep your gi from stinking less and hold that bacteria in so it stinks more. All right, I've added the laundry soap. Now it's time for the second part, the secret ingredient that makes a difference. It's this Lysol laundry sanitizer. This goes in place of your fabric softener. It goes in the same spot. It doesn't go in the bleach spot. It goes in the fabric softener spot. And this kills bacteria. And again, that's what causes our stink. All right, so one final tip. As we wash, you want to make sure that you are washing with hot water. You can still do a normal wash, but you want to make sure it's hot or very hot. Mine will only do the very hot on certain positions here, not the normal one. Hot's good enough. Hot water, that will help kill the bacteria. Otherwise, I do nothing else. No pre-soaking, no strange cycles. It's all just a regular wash from here on out. The wash is done. Everything's loaded into the dryer. This is the final step. This is where you finally add something back in to make your stuff smell good. We killed all the bacteria. Now it's time to add some scent, and my favorite, the best in my opinion, is Gain. So I'm gonna add 2 or 3 of these dryer sheets, depending on the size of the load. And then we're gonna set it to dry. Now this should go without saying, but it's crucial here that you completely dry your stuff. You want it to go all the way dry. If you leave it damp at all, it will continue to stink. So just make sure you dry it at a fairly high heat and for long enough so that it gets completely dry. So the dryer's done. Here we go. Smells great.